January 14th. Reset focus. Focus multiplies effort. The same amount of energy applied to one thing produces exponentially more than the same energy scattered across many. Focus is not about working harder, it is about concentrating force, about directing all available attention to a single point until that point moves. Most people distribute their effort evenly across everything. They work on multiple projects simultaneously. They split attention between competing priorities. They believe they are being productive when they are actually being diffuse. Diffuse effort produces diffuse results. When you divide focus, you divide impact. When you spread attention thin, progress slows across everything. You make marginal advances on many fronts instead of significant progress on one. Do less, but do it completely. This is not permission to avoid responsibility. This is instruction to concentrate force, to identify what matters most and apply everything to it, to stop pretending that doing 10 things poorly is better than doing one thing well. One thing done completely moves you forward. 10 things done partially keep you busy. Busy is not progress. Busy is motion without direction. Busy is the illusion of productivity without the reality of results. The belief that you must do everything at once is a lie. You cannot. Attempting to do so guarantees that nothing receives the attention it requires. Nothing gets completed. Everything remains in a state of partial progress. Remove multitasking. Multitasking is not efficiency. It is fragmentation. It is the rapid switching of attention between tasks, with each switch creating friction and reducing effectiveness. You are not doing two things at once. You are doing two things poorly in sequence. Every time you switch focus, you lose momentum. You lose context. You lose the depth of thought that comes from sustained attention. And when you switch back, you must rebuild what was lost. Single focus is faster, not because you are working faster, because you are working without interruption, because your attention stays where you placed it, because you reach depth instead of skimming the surface repeatedly. Depth is where solutions exist. Depth is where breakthroughs happen. Depth is where real work gets done. But depth requires time. It requires sustained attention. It requires the refusal to switch focus every time something else seems urgent. Clarity creates speed. When you know exactly what you are working on, you do not waste time deciding. When your focus is singular, you do not waste energy debating what deserves attention. When your priority is clear, execution becomes automatic. Most people slow themselves down with indecision. They spend more time deciding what to work on than actually working. They debate priorities. They weigh options. And by the time they start, their focus is already fractured. Decide once, then execute. Do not revisit the decision unless circumstances change dramatically. Do not second-guess the priority you set. Do not allow doubt to fragment attention once work has begun. Focus is a decision followed by protection. The decision of where to direct attention. The protection of that attention from everything else that will attempt to claim it. Without protection, focus collapses under the weight of distraction. Protect your focus like a limited resource, because it is. You have a finite amount of attention, a finite capacity for deep work. Every interruption you allow reduces what remains. Turn off what interrupts. Close what distracts. Remove what competes for attention. Create an environment where focus is the default instead of something you must constantly fight for. Most people work in environments designed to destroy focus. Notifications enabled, messages arriving constantly, tabs open, every tool configured to interrupt. And then they wonder why focus feels impossible. Focus is not impossible. It is simply unprotected. You must design for it. You must create conditions where sustained attention is possible. One priority at a time, not one priority among 5. One priority receiving full attention until it is complete or until the time allocated to it ends. This does not mean you only work on one thing forever. It means that in any given block of time, only one thing receives focus. When that block ends, you can shift. But during the block, nothing else exists. Time blocks without interruption produce more than entire days of fragmented effort. 2 hours of uninterrupted focus accomplishes what 8 hours of partial attention cannot. Reset your focus. Stop dividing attention. Stop multitasking. Choose one priority, protect it, complete it, then move to the next. Day 14, built-in silence.